And I'm here on a mission of mercy. Money's out there, you pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you. Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention? Put that coffee down. Put that coffee down. That's my name. That's my name.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
Only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted.
What's going on, folks? We're back at another Monday Motivation. And I want to thank you guys for joining me this Monday. As you can see, I'm in a different venue today. Usually I'm in my home office. Today, I am at our Business and Bourbon offices here in Atlanta, Georgia. So you can see behind me, you know, we got a little whiskey up there. We got some glasses up there. This is the center of operations where we put together all of our wonderful business and bourbon experiences. So on this other side, there's a wall. There are shelves with kits and books and all the components that we use to create business and bourbon experiences. So welcome to my second house. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Again, this is our Monday Motivation. We are live streaming, simulcasting on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So I appreciate you guys checking in with me this Monday. What's going on, Gio? I see you there, sir. Thanks for checking in. So I want to tell you guys a story today. Again, the focus of this is I really want to get you fired up. I want to get you excited. I want to either educate you or get you inspire you or get you motivated to have a great week. And, you know, I believe that Monday is the best day of the whole week. For those of you guys have been checking in, you know why I believe that. It's because Monday has nothing but, what's up, Skylar? I see you. Monday has nothing but potential. Like it is the most awesome day because we've got nothing but potential in front of us. Once we get to the end of the week, it's done. Right? It's done. We can't create anything at that point. Right now, we've got nothing but opportunity to create our own success. So what is going to fuel you to success this week is what you do today. All right. So I got a story for you. And this is, I got to tell you, man, it is rare that something like really inspires me in a little bit of an emotional way, but this did it. So about a month ago, I was at the IT Expo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I get home, and this was, I believe, on the 15th. Get home February the 15th. Long, you know how it is. These conferences, it's a lot of work. You come home, you're a little tired, exhausted. You guys all know what that feels like. Anyway, so I get home late that evening, and the next morning I wake up. And my wife is she's a little freaking out. I'm like, why are you freaking out? Well, she can't find the cat. So we have this cat. His name is Magellan. And she brought, in full disclosure, guys, I'm not much of an animal guy. I never have been. I didn't grow up with animals, so I'm not that guy. So I just pushed back against having this cat. I did not want a cat, but it made her happy. So 3 years ago, our kids are starting to get up there, and starting to transition out of high school. And so I'm like, okay, man, if this cat's gonna make you happy, give you something that you can kind of take care of, all right, bet. So she gets the cat. And let me tell you guys, he's not the friendliest of cats. And in fact, he's a little bit of an asshole. I'm just going to be honest. So it's not the type of animal that you really get endeared to, right? It's kind of like he comes around when he wants something. I understand this is the nature of cats. It's kind of they are. He comes around when he wants something. Outside of that, he's not trying to be bothered with you. He doesn't like to be picked up. He's afraid of humans. All this stuff. So anyway, she got him as a kitten, this small. And we've had him here for 3 years. So Friday or the next day after I get home, she wakes up and wakes me up and says she can't find the cat. I'm like, he's around here somewhere. Couldn't find him. He wasn't around anywhere. I helped her look. I looked. My son was home. My daughter was home. Everybody looked. Can't find this damn cat anywhere. Check the cameras. Can't see him. Like my daughter had taken her little dog out late in that night, and so what we suspect happened is that he left that night. Like somehow he got out and she closed the door behind, and he never he didn't get back into the house. So this cat is 3 years old. He's a house cat. He's afraid of people. He's never been outside. Like the closest he gets to being outside is being on the deck in our backyard. The cat's gone. Don't know where he is. That weekend was a horrible weekend, guys. Let me tell you something. The weather was crazy here in Atlanta. Torrential rain downpours and really cold. So my wife we go through the neighborhood. We're searching for this cat. She's posting about him. She's checking the shelters. No sign of this cat. He's chipped, just so you guys know. I know that's the question. Was he chipped? Yes, he's chipped. But if no one finds him, what good is the chip, right? And remember, he's afraid of human beings. When people come to our house, he hides. So we can't find the cat. No sign of this cat for weeks. No sign of the cat. So last week, my wife finally comes to terms with the fact that he's probably not coming back, right? This cat is, and I came to terms with that weeks before. I'm like, man, there's no way this cat could have survived outdoors, given the temperatures and everything that we were dealing with there. There's no way this cat could survive that. So Saturday, I get a call. I'm working 7 days a week at times, guys. That's what you got to do. I'm working on Saturday. I'm at a coffee shop. My wife FaceTimes me, and in her hands is this little frail, gray, furry cat. And she's just crying. She's not a crier. So this is a big deal. And she has the cat. It's been over a month, ladies and gentlemen. This cat is an indoor cat. He's afraid of people. Won't approach people. A month. So here's what happens. She's in the backyard. She's on our deck. She sees a little creature in the backyard. And she calls his name. He responds. And she's like, oh my God, it's the cat. It's him. So she runs down, she gets him and brings him up. And it was a joyous moment. She FaceTimes all of us. So here we are as a whole family, and my wife and daughter are crying. My son and I are like, we're happy because we want to see them happy. And, we're happy to see the cat too. And so this minor miracle happened. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere with this. A whole month this cat's been gone. Indoor cat. Okay. Never been outside. And he survived. He survived. How the hell did he survive? Let me tell you how he survived, guys. He survived because it is part of his natural instinct. It was his natural instinct to survive. Just like it's your natural instinct to survive. Think about the odds of you being here today, breathing air, watching me. What are the odds of that? How many people had to survive in your ancestry for you to be here today watching me? Think about that. It's powerful. It's part of our DNA. It's built in us. Survival is part of our DNA. There are many of you out there that are struggling with stuff today, man. It's heavy. And you're thinking, how the hell am I going to get through this? Well, you're going to get through it because it's who you are. It's who we are. But see, we overcomplicate things. And we've all been there. We think about future things that haven't happened yet, and they just consume us. We're thinking about all these fears. What could happen? What if this? I'm going to lose my house, and I'm going to do all these things that haven't happened yet. You know what Magellan did? That's his name. What Magellan did over the last month? He focused on the simplest things possible. I'm sure that first night when it was raining, he was like, okay, shelter. It's cold. Where do I find shelter? And that's what he did. A few days later, he's really thirsty. He needs water to survive. You know what he did? He found water and survived. He took it as it came. And you guys can do the same. Yeah, I'm teaching a lesson from a cat, right? But the reality is that we overcomplicate things. Sometimes it's that simple. We all go through shit, whether it is, in our jobs, in our personal lives, we all go through this stuff. But if we take things as they come and simplify it, oftentimes the things that we are most afraid of never happen. You see, little Magellan, he couldn't think about what the weather forecast was supposed to be 2 days from now because he had to think about right that moment, I need shelter. Let me find shelter. That's it. So the lesson that we learned from little Magellan is that it's part of our nature. It's instinctual to us to survive. That's easy. But we have to get out of our own heads and get to a simplified method of surviving. Now, little Magellan, he's going to thrive now. My wife and daughter are taking great care of this cat. He's going to be like a king. And even me, the non-animal guy, oh, he's goated forever. Like he's goated. He's that guy now. Like he survived a month out there. That cat has earned my respect, right? He's going to have a good life. He's going to thrive now. Sometimes in life, that's what we have to do. We got to survive long enough to put ourselves in positions to thrive. Some of you guys need to survive, and that's okay. Just know that not only is it okay to survive, but it's part of our nature. It's instinctual for us if we put ourselves in the right mindset to do that. And then you stack those days become weeks, those weeks become months, and then before you know it, you are in a position to thrive and be successful. All right. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And hopefully that inspires some of you guys out there. The story of little Magellan. It inspired the hell out of me. And again, not a pet guy. But every time I see that little guy, it's going to make me think, I got it. I got it. And so you guys. Jordan Mendoza checking in. That's my guy. What's going on, Jordan? Good to see you, my friend. Happy Monday to you. Skylar, new mascot. I don't know. Jason Smith, my guy. Good to see you. Good to see all of you guys. I appreciate you checking in on whichever platform you're watching this. I do this every week. It's Monday noon Eastern Standard Time. Today I am in the warehouse offices of Business and Bourbon. Wherever I'm at, I'm coming to you, except next week. I want to let you guys know next week, I am taking the week off. We've done this every single week. Next week, I won't be on. Here's why. This week is tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow is my not my, our. That's why is that so hard to say? Our. There we go. 25th wedding anniversary. What? Ain't that shit crazy? I know it's crazy. It's crazy to me. 25 years. My wife has been tolerating me. Oh, I'm a good dude most of the time, but I can be a difficult person. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm driven, and I am a know-it-all, and I am stubborn. All those things that have served me well in business and entrepreneurship, that can make you a difficult partner in life. And I'm super appreciative of her and her being there for me and supporting me and being my road dog. So in um, I owe it to her to disconnect. So that's what I'm going to do. So we are going to have a week kicking it in overseas in Europe, and we're going to have a good time. And and so I have committed to disconnecting, which is I don't know I can fully do it. It's hard, y'all. Some of you know. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Jonathan. But it is hard. I got three businesses. It's hard. It's not only hard, but it is because of the commitments. It's hard because it's who I am. I'm not a workaholic. I'm an action guy. I do stuff. I like to do stuff. If I'm not doing stuff, well, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I have to, I'm always doing something. So because of that, yeah, it's every day. There's something. There are things that I do, and then there are the things that I have to do. That's why I said the things that I do. Those are fun. That's the creative stuff. It's like this, and then there are things that I have to do. Those are the responsibilities. Bottom line is, every day I've got them both, and there's always something that seems to be left undone. Nonetheless, I have committed to um, leaving all that and we're gonna go kick it, have some frites and some beer and all that good stuff. Yeah, Jordan, you understand this. Shout out again to my man Jordan Mendoza, really good dude, man, and uh, he's saying it's so hard, and I know you understand that as someone that is also an entrepreneur, doing a lot of great stuff, and has a beautiful big family. Beautiful big family. Going, I think I think your oldest is a senior this year. Yeah. And then on down to what, like five or six. So yeah, um, these responsibilities can be challenging. However, the one piece of advice I would give you guys out there, and I know Jordan, if he was on this live with, yes, Belgium, my friend, um, live with us, is that that's the priority, and it always has to be. They're the priority. Like that's the greatest joy in my life, is in my family, my kids. Like that's that is what's brought me the greatest joy. All of these excuse me, all these accomplishments, all these creations, all these businesses, all the money I've seen come and go. Like they are all a distant second to like kicking it with my kids and watching them do their thing and succeed in life or not succeed. Just their journey, whatever it is, like that has brought me the most fulfillment. It has, and it will continue to. Oh damn, Jordan's youngest is two. So you got senior all the way down to two. Like, yeah, all right, man, time to go to work. my, my guy, you got a lot of you got a lot of college tuitions. I got two of those right now. Again, guys, if you haven't participated in this before, this is my weekly AMA, and it runs from we do it at noon, like 15 minutes to 30 minutes. However I feel, whatever the flow is, and the focus of this is to try to provide some education, inspiration, motivation, help you to get kickstarted. This makes me think about something else. This morning I dropped a post. I was on my way down here, and or as you guys know, as I do, just a real organic post about how I was feeling. I was listening to an episode of my podcast, Shut the Hell Up and Sell podcast, which, by the way, the Business and Bourbon podcast will be back released here in late May. So I'm really excited about that. Jordan is one of our guests on that, so make sure you check out his episode. Anyway, as I was listening to some podcasts, and it just had me thinking about sales and in particular, I was listening to some podcasts, my podcast and a couple others, and they're talking about like the perception of sales in the world and just the negative perception. and of sellers and salespeople. And I keep seeing all this stuff in my community, in the coaching and training sales community, and about how, because we got all of this technology to take all these polls and do reviews and all this other stuff to figure out how people feel about things, because that's what we care about more than anything, how people feel about every damn thing. Anyway, so it's like there's this narrative that the perception of salespeople is like at an all-time low. Yeah, salespeople, the way people view salespeople negatively and all that. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit because, the difference is, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years ago, we weren't taking all these damn polls and review and soliciting reviews and all that stuff for how are we doing sort of stuff. The perception of salespeople is what it is. And it's always been that way. It's always been that way. Go look at it, read a history book. Like, it's never been positive. However, what I was saying this morning is that while that is a reality, here's something else that is also reality. That what successful salespeople and sellers have done over, I can't even, decades, this same period of time, is they've been successful through building great relationships, understanding the fundamentals of building great relationships and creating value and building relationships based upon respect and value, right? And that's never changed. It's never changed, and it never will change. And technology won't change that. Chat GPT, I get asked about Chat GPT quite often and other technologies. None of that changes the fact that you have to build great relationships with people that are based upon mutual respect and value if you want to be successful long-term as a seller. If you understand that and you do that with using whatever technologies that are out there as a conduit to that, you will be successful and you'll have a great career. It's never changed. So that perception, I think you can actually turn that on its head, and it's actually super easy to do. It's super easy because but first of all, you're a person, I'm a person. We're all consumers. Like, sometimes as salespeople, we separate, there's the people, the prospects, and then there's us. We're prospects too. So whatever those perceptions that people have, we probably have those same perceptions. So anyway, the beauty of this, or what I want to encourage you guys to do, is you flip it on its head, and it's super easy. Think about those negative perceptions that people have, that maybe you have of salespeople. They're obvious. They're super present. We all know what they are. Do the opposite. It's that simple. Do the opposite. And here's a great sales tip for you. Embrace it. Run to it. And I've used this for years. So those perceived negatives, attack them. Put them out. It's kind of like that scene from 8 Mile with Eminem, the great rap battle scene, where just basically everything negative the dude was about to say about him, he took the air right out the room. He went back at him like, yeah, I live in a trailer park. Yeah, I'm white. All this stuff, right? It's the same thing in sales. So those perceptions, instead of running from them and being afraid of them, run to them. Go ahead and address them right off the bat when you sit down with your prospects. Say, hey, listen, this is a concern. Like, I used to talk about the technology. Here's one thing I used to do a lot. I'd always say to people that, listen, I'm in technology. And one thing about technology, shit's going to go wrong at some point. It's technology. Whereas others they'd shy away from that. Oh, no, my technology, we're rock solid. We're 99% uptime guarantees, all this stuff. I'm like, no, shit's going to go wrong. But the difference between me and my competitors is, when it does, I'm going to be there. I'm going to answer your phone. I'm going to reply to your emails. Why did I say all that? Because I'm taking the air out of that thing that they're afraid of, that thing that all of my competitors are going to do, right? Like, a lot of salespeople, they're not answering their phone when there's an issue. They're not replying to emails when there's an issue. So I addressed it right off the bat and say, yeah, you're going to have an issue at some point. And the question is when you do have that issue, who's going to be there to take care of you? Oh, me. I'm going to answer my phone. I'm going to reply to your emails, all those things. So anyway, that's just an example of how you can take those negative perceptions, how you can take those things that, I mean, again, they're obvious. We all know what they are. You can take them and you can use them as fuel to during your proposal process, during your demo process, whatever it is, to position yourself and position your product or service in a better way and close more deals. All right. Okay. Skylar has, would you say, Skylar, you got a question? Do we ever really disconnect from our business when we, oh, okay. That was back like 7 minutes ago. I'm way behind. I sell service. I've changed the way. Okay. Skylar says, I sell a service. I've changed the way I discuss my service for other companies and talk about a partnership with them. And it's worked out much better for me. I'm going to put that on the screen. I want you guys to read that. I sell a service. I've changed the way I discuss my service for other companies and talk about a partnership with them, and it's worked out much better for me. Yes. This is what I'm talking about in the book. Like, it's about selling with our customer. What did I say earlier on in this? I said the very best business relationships, and what we're striving for is relationships built upon mutual respect and value. That's exactly what Skylar's talking about. Mutual respect and value. Mutual respect meaning that they value what I bring to the table, and I value what they bring to the table. Like in their case, it could be the money they're bringing to the table, and then I'm providing a service that's making real impact in their business. It's built upon respect. Mutual respect. It's built upon real tangible value, right? That's what we should be seeking to do. And when we do that, here's what happens. You build advocates. You build partners in business. This is what you want to do. You want to build advocates. You want to build partners. You don't want customers. Think about that. Customers. How often do you guys ever hear me talk about customers? Not very often at all. Customers is that's a transactional term. And I believe that the very best business relationships are built upon having high alignment. And you have high alignment by doing what Skylar's talking about right here, right? That's how you uncover high alignment. You do business with those people that you have high alignment, and you're going to have better results, and you're going to have long-term results in relationships. You're going to build true partnerships. You want to become your customer's trusted advisor. You want to be an advisor. Because when you're an advisor, here's when you know you've won and when you're really doing a great job. When they come and start asking you about shit that has nothing to do with your product or service, that's when they really value you. If it's just about your product or service, that's transactional, and they'll leave you for somebody else or another product, a product that is more functional or costs less money or whatever. Jason says, I'm working with the Atlanta Black Chambers Veteran Entrepreneurs Group Saturday. We discussed doing a bourbon event. I wonder if you know anyone who could. You're funny. All right. We'll pop that on the screen because it made me laugh. It's a bourbon event. So my answer to you, Jason, if I know anyone who could help us put something together for a bourbon event. Nah, not a bourbon event. A experience? Hell yeah. Because that's what we do. We do experiences. And that sounds like just potato. Nope. There's a whole lot more intention behind creating an experience. And I'm going to go on another short, brief tangent, guys, about what it is that I do and what we do at Business and Bourbon. We don't do events. We create experiences that help get business outcomes. I'm super intentional about getting business outcomes for our partners, for our sponsors, and so I believe that entertainment in itself is just overrated. It really is. It's overrated and it's fleeting. You want to seek to, whether it's working with us or other whatever other groups or whatever in your marketing work, you want to seek to create experiences that leave a lasting impact. So you're thinking, when I say experience that leaves the lasting impact, that means bigger, better gimmicks, right? Because that's where everybody goes. That means oh, okay, so we're gonna do this event where it's we're gonna invite people up and they're gonna get a beautiful steak prepared by a 5-star chef, and then we're gonna jump out of airplanes, and then we're going to do, I'm not talking about shit like that at all. When I talk about lasting impact, especially in business, I'm talking about business impact. A lot of times when we're talking about events, people get caught up in the gimmick of the event, the carrot, and not, then there's no real substance. So what I do and what we do at Business and Bourbon is we're always focused on the substance. Does that mean that people don't have fun? Sure, they have fun, but we're focused on the substance of our experience, meaning that people have to leave with something tangible that will make impact. And for us, impact in their business. Jason, you've been to an event, so you know what I'm talking about. I want them to be inspired, motivated, or educated in a way that impacts their business, because that leaves a mark and it builds affinity. That's why we do marketing events. That's why you guys build marketing events, because you want to build affinity for your brand. Look up that word, Google it if you don't understand what that means, because it's a whole nother level of impact. We want affinity. All right. Anyway, I told you guys I was going to go on a little bit of tangent. To that end, Jason, you know you can holler at me, man. Let's talk. Let's see where we can where we can help you guys out. Oh, Skylar, you know, this is how you get. Skylar is just like rapid fire today. That's why I got to put him up, man. This is how you endear yourself to me. Read that, guys. Your book has brought so much value to me in my business. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I appreciate that, Skylar. Appreciate you sharing that, saying that. What I like to tell people about my book, couple things. It's all cake, no frosting, baby. All cake, no frosting. Don't you guys hate? You know, we had this cupcake cupcake craze. This cupcake craze, right? Probably about a decade ago. You guys remember that? Cupcake shops open up all over the damn place, all over the country. $6, $7 cupcakes. You know what I hated about that cupcake craze is that you'd go and buy this $5, $6, $7 cupcake and you open it up and it's like 3/4 frosting. This much cake, that much frosting. Y'all remember that? Very disappointing. So the book, I didn't want all this fluff, superficial stuff. I wanted to really I want cake. I want substance. I want you. So I didn't seek to I didn't have a number of pages that I wanted to write. That's a lot of people write books. That's where they start. Okay, I have, excuse me, I have X amount of pages. So you fill it with all this superficial fluff. Nope, no superficial fluff. I wanted to get straight to it. I want to tell you some stories that you can relate and connect to, and then get you some practical, pragmatic, simple direction and advice for building a successful sales career. That's what I wanted to do, right? All cake, very little frosting. Secondly, I wanted to create a guidebook, not a textbook. I am not, I'm not one of these dudes that enjoys, God bless you guys that are voracious readers. I am not. I am not. I have never been. Like, if I see a book, I got this book the other day. The other day. Someone I know wrote a book, and I got the book, and when I opened it up from Amazon, I'm like, yeah, for real. That was the look on my face. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna read this shit. It was like this damn big. I shit you not, this big, like a textbook. I ain't reading it. I mean, the person is very nice and all that and has knowledge, but I'm not gonna do that. So what I wanted to do with our book, because I know entrepreneurs and sellers, a lot of you guys think like me. Like, we're doing a bunch of different things, and we don't have time to sit down and read textbooks. If we were those type of people, we'd probably be lawyers and doctors and stuff like that, but we're not. And that's not my audience, the lawyers and doctors. And so what I wanted to do was to create a guidebook, not a textbook, a guidebook, something that you could refer to and you could stick in your back pocket. Let me show you guys this. Something you could stick in your back pocket. You could throw in the back of your car, whatever it is, and you could refer back to it when you need some guidance, and then put your own notes in the back there. So we're an audiobook right now too, narrated by me, but they're two different experiences. This is just as important, because this is that tangible guidance that You can highlight, you can put your little post-its in there, and then you write your notes on the back. They're going to um, help you to retain better. The audiobook was a lot of fun though. I did that. That came out last month, and that's just a different experience. So I encourage you guys to check them both out. Mark Shepard checking in. I'm having fun today, guys. I usually cut at 12:30, but um, and I got a shit ton to do. but this has been a lot of fun today. Mark, you know what you can do? You can borrow that. You can borrow that. All cake, no frosting. All right. Um, Jonathan. All right, there you go. This is how you get on. This is how you get on, guys. Give me compliments. Give me compliments. I love it. For those of you guys that are in New York and are Avant partners or considering being Avant partners, I will be in New York this week in Manhattan speaking, doing a fireside chat with them. It's going to be fire because the energy is great this week. I cannot wait for that. But if you're a partner of theirs, I don't think it's too late for you to get in on that. So get in on that. Be there. And I don't know which hotel it is. I don't I don't know. I don't know what's going on this week. Anyway, that's on Thursday. And next week I will be taking a break from our European vacation to speak at Podfest on the 29th. So Podfest Global, I'll be speaking there as well. That'll be virtual, so you guys can check in from wherever you're at and check that out. And yes, plug in the book. If you don't know where to go, shut the hell up and sell.com. All things shut the hell up and sell. Get the book, or as I would have said, as 1994 Ronell would have said, cop the book, cop the audio book, and peep the peep the podcast. All those things. All right. So the podcast, shut the hell up and sell.com. We're in episode 22 or 23. It's been a lot of fun to do. In fact, Jason, we got to get you on that. Get you on that. Jason's a really talented sales trainer. Does a lot of good work out there. So I'm sure you've got a great story to share and some wisdom to share as well. So we got to get you on it. All right, guys, I really do have to get a bunch of work done. So yeah, this has been fun. I appreciate you guys. Again, every week we're doing this AMA. Ask me anything, Monday motivation. And yeah, next week I'm off. Week after that, I'll be back. If you want to check some of the previous episodes of this, you can go to shutthehellupandSell.com. They're all there. And guys, do me a favor, please, before we break, do me a favor. Please, please, please go subscribe to the podcast. Rate it, please. Rate it 5 stars. Also, go get the book. If you haven't got the book, get the book. Rate it, please. We need the reviews. We've been killing it on social, like LinkedIn. The first 3 months was like blown up with the book. Problem is it didn't translate to our Amazon reviews. So please review Shut the Hell Up and Sell on Amazon. Review it on Audible for us as well, please, so we can help and spread this message to the world. Get that exposure, so more people can know what the hell it is that we're doing. All right, guys. Skylar, I appreciate you. Jason, appreciate you. Mark, Jonathan, Gio, appreciate you. Who else I want to check in? Jordan, appreciate you, my guy. And yeah, that's what I got on here. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. Have a great week. And I'll see you soon.